today we're doing the Call of Duty World Championship pick'ems. I haven't done a pick'em all year. I used to do them well, Modern Warfare 2 and 3 especially. I used to do them every major, but I just like not done it. But I thought, fuck it, it's better fucking content in it. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna work our way down winners round 1, right, and then go losers bracket, then winners round 2, etc. But I'm a bit confused because it starts at 8 p.m. tonight. But on this website, it says the first match is at 9:30 today. So I don't know if it's just wrong and these matches are actually today. It's fine, we'll just go down and let's see who's going to win champs, because this is just going to be 100% correct bracket. Like, there's not going to be anything wrong. There's going to be a bit of phase bias, but it's just going to be 100% correct. Just wait and see. So we'll start off at the top. So the first match, Optic versus Heretics. I mean, if this were last year, might have been a different story. I might have swayed towards an upset and Heretics winning, but Heretics just don't really. Although everyone but FaZe, they just get shit on, and then when they're against FaZe, they just seem to piss on him. But I feel like Optic are not really going to have any issues in this match, so I'm just going to say Optic have a clean 3-1 victory. If it's a 3-0, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if an absolute fucking 30-minute series. Well, like Optic, they've looked like a top 2 team all year. Even though they've just won the first major of the year, the major just gone. Like, they've finished second every other fucking tournament, so yeah. Then Heretics, I just don't think are going to be ready for Optic. But to play devil's advocate, if there's one time you want to play Optic, is early on in the tournament when they're not quote unquote warm. So that's the only chance Heretics have got to catch Optic slipping, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Optic are just too much of a strong team. Anyway, this next match, Koi versus Gentlemates. And see, Gentlemates overperformed at Major 4 because of that French crowd. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there'll still be a relatively good team in this tournament because going into Major 4, there was still a relatively new team, and it could have been like a bit of a honeymoon period, and the fact that it was the whole major and the French crowd, like, it was the biggest Call of Duty event we've ever had. So it's a big fucking buff when you've got a crowd on your side like that. But they'll have had like a couple more weeks practice. I reckon they will have improved, but to be fair, I just think like there has to be an upset somewhere, and I don't see it. I mean, it might not happen in round 1, but I just don't see Thieves getting upset by FaZe. FaZe is G2 and but Kai, I just don't know about Kai. It all depends on Jamie Insight. Like, he had a good major 4, like a major, like not an online bracket leading up to it, but the major itself, he was probably one of the best players. But I don't know. What do I want to know? I'm just backing Jordan Thieves, but I'm gonna say it's an absolute grueler. We go to a game 5. Thieves versus Falcons. Now Falcons, they've just dropped Pred, but I don't actually know why. For whatever reason, supposedly we're fucking spitting rumours trying to get Exnid dropped, which I agree with him. I think Exnid, the only Saudi player on this team, should have been dropped. Move Kismet to the SMG and then pick up a Luca. Like, that probably would have been better than the team you've got now. But like I said, they've got a Luca. They tried to get Neptune, and for whatever reason, Neptune just said no because they were keeping Exnid on the team, because they were originally trying to drop Kismet and Pred, but then Neptune didn't want to play with Exnid, which is valid. Probably wouldn't want to do that either. So he didn't go on. Now the roster is Celium, Kismet, Aluka, and Exnid. Yeah, that's 4. And this is a relatively new change, so I just, unless they just get an insane honeymoon period and they just come out in this tournament and just fucking put the dick on the table, I don't see him doing anything in this round, never mind the tournament, fucking hell. So I'm gonna, nah, it's just gonna be a 3-0. I don't really see him giving any issues to LA Thieves, because arguably Thieves should have won Major 4, but that's nor here nor there. So let's just say this is the last match of the day, because I don't know the situation of when they are actually playing. But FaZe, my team, come on, FaZe up, baby, versus G2. And historically this year, we've had a bit of issues with G2 online. but it's Lamb, baby. It's Chris Lee. He's going for his third ring, and besides, besides my FaZe bias, FaZe are a top 4 team all year. Like, the top 4 teams are just Thieves, Optic, FaZe, and Gentlemates, I suppose, now. Because obviously Gentlemates have won, and the last major they performed really well. So, again, I think this is going to be an absolute grueler of a series, but FaZe will come out on top. It depends what FaZe show up to. They can't. Like, they just can't show up slow. They just need to come out with that pace, or four needs to blitz. Simp just needs to do Simply Pimp kind of thing, and then Abuser and Draza just need to do the thing, really. Like, as long as there's a lot of teamwork, because there's times where I watch FaZe, I'm like, they're not on the same page, and that's like the downfall. But that's who I think gonna win winners round 1. Let's go down to the elimination side of the bracket. Now, Heretics versus Kai. I'm sorry, Toronto. I just think you're getting slammed, and I don't know why. I'll give it 3-1. I'll give it 3-1. Yeah. I think no, I don't actually think that's going to happen. Wait, let me just think about it. Heretics. Nah, Heretics get fucking slammed online. Like, it's not even funny how bad they are. I'll say they get a couple of maps, but I'll give it to Guy. I'll give it to Guy. The last match in elimination round 1. Riyadh versus G2. Do I think Kremp is going to pop off? Or do I think the Falcons' honeymoon period is going to do something? I don't know. I think it's going to be a good series either way. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0, like, whatever way it goes. I feel like it's just going to be, even if it's a 3-1, I think it's going to be a gritty 3-1 and all the maps are close. Fuck it. I'm a believer in the Riyadh Falcons honeymoon period. I'm going to give it to him in a 3-1 fashion. And then that means Toronto, Kai, and G2 are out of the tournament. I don't know if that is Friday. It is what it is. I think that is tomorrow. So, Friday, the teams that get sent to the Shadow Realm are G2 and Heretic. But, moving on to winners round 2, we've got fucking bangers in the winner round 2. Jesus Christ. We've got Optic Texas versus Gentlemates. I just don't see where Gentlemates can win. Like, when even at the home major, obviously they've had more weeks practice and they could be a better team and they could come out and shock me. But I just don't know. I feel like Optic are just too good, and Optic are going for the back-to-back World Championship rings. So I just think they're going to come out and just absolutely smoke everyone, to be quite honest with you. I think Optic might be close to untouchable this tournament. As much as that pisses me off to say, I think they're going to be at the elite of elite level. Anyway, winners round 2 are fucking absolute bang out. Thieves versus FaZe. See, every time Thieves and FaZe have played, it's always been such an incredibly close match. But with that being said, I think we're going to see a Thieves and Optic winners final. So I'm going to say it's a grueler. I'm going to say it's a gritty 3-1. But like I said, like, all the matches are close. And Gentlemates and FaZe are bopped down to the losers bracket, and Optic and Thieves move on. So let's go down to elimination round 2. So FaZe will drop down to play Kai. Nothing much I need to say. Even last major fucking absolutely piss slammed him. I just think FaZe will just get it done. No issues really. And then Toronto Kai have been sent home. And then Paris Gentlemates versus Falcons. I'd see what I mean. Like, this is where it's like the top 4 team or just the top 4 team. Like, I don't see any of these other 4 teams doing much in the stage of the tournament, like it actually matters. Like Saturday, or fucking even late Friday. Like I just don't see where these teams will get at an upset. But I could be wrong. But I'm not, because this is 100% perfect bracket, like I've said. But I would say 3-1 to Gentlemates. Who do I think is going to win this? It's a techie match. It's all in this match right here. If this is how the bracket unfolds, I feel like, so this will be Saturday. I feel like this comes down to how Abizi performs. Most people probably think Hydra and Niam mainly, but like, because Niam, we get him to a Sunday and he's best player apart from Major 4. But no, I think if Abizi doesn't have a good time, this Thieves team's not going to have a good time. I feel like Abizi needs just to set the pace for them to have success. But with that being said, Shotzi tends to have some stinkers here and there. As much as a good player, he tends to have a rough one here and there. And Mercury's just finding his footing again now. And it's like the perfect time of year, really, isn't it? Like, Merc's not really had his way since the NPC meta came out. And now, last tournament, he was shitting on everyone. Dashy's just Dashy. Dashy will do his thing. And Hook's a really good player. And as much as the stats may not indicate that, like, Hook does all the day work. And he's just a phenomenal player. So, who do I think's going to win? I think it's a game 5. I think it's a guaranteed game 5. If Optic or Thieves win. Like, I think it's just going to a last map. But I'm backing Hydra. I think this is the tournament that I just think they're going to try and get revenge from Major 4 because they're going to feel robbed. They're going to feel like they should have won Major 4, which I agree, but it is what it is what it is. So Optic will move down to the losers bracket and Thieves will move to the grand final. So elimination round 3. Again, revenge, baby. That's the aim of the game right now. But I don't, even though it's at Vegas and it's a FaZe hosted major, I don't think the crowd's going to be in FaZe's favour. I hope it is. I really fucking hope it is. But, like, the crowd doesn't really affect FaZe. Like, Draza loves, like, getting screamed at. Like, Simps used to it by now. All 4 in the Boozer, they weren't really loved on Seattle, like, last year. And they've won this year, so we can't really say the pressure gets to them. But it's been up and down with FaZe towards the tail end of the year, but I feel like Major 4, people are going to look at them and think they're just shit because they got 4th. But in reality, they had the hardest run until Gentlemates because I just. Gentlemates just got them because of the crowd cheese. So I would literally, like, everything I've just said just collapsed on itself because I do think. Well, I don't want to say what I think because these fucking bollocks in the game 5 to get knocked out of the fucking tournament in the first round are fucking all 4 were defusing the bomb and all the French fans started screaming because he was ninja defusing and it just, all the momentum just went like that and just went away from FaZe and they got pissed on in the last map. But with that being said, we're not in Paris anymore, baby. We're in Vegas. FaZe Vegas, come on. Back of the boys. Fucking 3-0 slammed to make it. What he says to a Sunday as well. Nah, this is fucking wrong because I know for a fact there's only one match on the Sunday. So the dates and the time it says, like, it's just wrong. But the top 3 of this tournament, I think, will be Thieves, Optic, and Vegas. Which order? We're about to fucking find out. So I think Optic are gonna get bopped. And then this is what happened last tournament, and they ended up winning. But I just, as much as it would be a fucking absolutely insane timeline that we live in, if Optic go back to back at the World Championships, the first time ever, and it'll probably never be done ever again, where an organisation has won 3 World Championships back to back, and then it's Shotzi and Dashi that are going for the three-peat in World Championship, because obviously in Modern Warfare 3 they had Pred and Kenny, and then last year they had the roster they had right now. But I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think this is gonna be the first tournament of the year that Optic do not make the finals, and that's all because of FaZe Vegas, baby. Now I think Chrysler, he wants that third ring. He wants that third fucking ring. I feel like he's going to come out different in this elimination finals. I feel like it's going to be a gritty one. I'll give it a game 5, but I'm backing the boys. FaZe up, baby, FaZe up. No FaZe bias. That's just 100% right bracket. Like, it just is what it is. So I think the grand final on Sunday will be Los Angeles Thieves versus FaZe Vegas. Come on. And it's a best of 9, not a best of 7. It's a best of fucking 9. So we're going to see every fucking map under the sun. And how do I think it's going to go? As much as I would like to see FaZe win, obviously, I feel like if they play Thieves in the final, Scrap and Hydra are just going to fiddle with people. And Simp, to be fair, he's like last tournament, like on the Sunday, didn't perform the best, but like I said, I think he's going to come out this tournament. I think no matter where FaZe perform, and like, no matter where FaZe like land in this tournament, if it's fucking top 6, top 4, whatever it may be, I think Simp will be the best player by a bit of a margin on that FaZe team. So, who do I think is going to win the World Championship? The biggest tournament and the most important tournament of the year. Does it go to a final map? I don't think it does. I think it ends in 8. I think it ends in 8. And I think Thieves get it done. I think they do. I think Scrap gets his first ring, and then that motherfucker's going to be unbearable in the good way, though. Like, I think his confidence is just going to fucking go whoop, and then whatever happens in the off-season happens in the off-season. Yeah, nah, I think Thieves get it done. I think Ernie gets a ring. I think Hydra gets a second ring. I think Abiza gets a third ring. Jesus, yeah, Abiza's going for a third ring. And I think the Rookie of the Year, Niam, will get a ring. Yeah, that is my bracket. Which is, I feel like it's a decent bracket overall. There's not many upsets, though. But like I said, I just don't see like an upset happening when it fucking matters. Like, arguably, you could say, no, you can't say the Koi and fucking Heretics game is an upset. Maybe Falcons and G2, that's an upset. But the rest of the tournament, I feel like it's just, that's when the top 4 teams will just show out and show why they've all won a major this year, you get me? But that is the bracket. I've got Thieves winning, FaZe second, Optic third, and Gentlemates fourth, and then the rest don't really fucking matter. Alright. Well, honestly, at this stage, if you don't win, it don't fucking matter. But 11 predictions, 100% correct prediction video right here. Take a screenshot of all this. This is what you put your money on. This is guaranteed funds right here, because this is exactly what's happening. Don't do that. It's not. I'm actually so excited to see what happens, because in my head, even though I haven't shown it in the bracket, I do think there's going to be 1 or 2 upsets, like somewhat like no one really expects, and you're just like, well, that's switched up the tournament a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. I'm out. Peace. There's up, baby.